Hello, friends, and welcome to the next episode of the Adventures of the USS Guan. Last we left off, some stuff happened. Uh, uh, through speaking to okay. You had successfully thwarted the apparent Romulan attempt by First Minister Arland to sabotage the station and to wreak general havoc, having locked the First Minister in sickbay. Our wonderful Dr. Hagen, was awoken by an apparent emergency situation in sickbay and was met with a very upsetting situation. First Minister Arlen had grabbed Ensign Sorrel's phaser and held him at gunpoint, saying a couple of different aspersions. In the heat of the moment, First Minister Arlen's phaser was turned on himself, and he was vaporized. We pick up the action right at the end of that, as Sorrel breaks down, who again is breaking down, crying, and sitting on the floor. There's still the black and gray markings that are known to you as disintegration markings. The smell in the air reeks of burnt flesh. Dr. Hagen, what do you do?
Okay, so there's a few things I want to ask right off the bat.
Mm-hmm. Let me give you ship status right away. You appear to be at red alert. That you hear the sounds of a security team moving down the
hallway. I go up and go over to Sorrel, and I put my hand on his shoulder, and I look him in the eye and say, Sorrel, we can break down in a minute. Not right now. Understood?
So your hand, you're touching Sorrel's shoulder. You see your hand sitting on his shoulder, but you don't feel anything.
What do you...
You don't feel the sensation of his uniform or his shoulder.
Take my hand off of his shoulder. I'm gonna touch my face.
I'm gonna make a roll here.
Why is he making a roll?
It's gonna be a secret roll.
Well, that's just rude.
Your hand is sort of touching your face. You feel it on your face. You start sort of your hand almost operating outside of your control, sort of is kind of bapping itself along your face. You kind of close your eyes and open them, and Sorrel and the black stain are gone. You're standing in the med bay. You no longer hear security officers coming.
Do I see the First Minister?
No, you're alone in sickbay. You feel the doors shut behind you. Shh.
Hello?
You hear a disembodied voice speak to you. Why don't you believe me?
Believe? Who is this? Who am I speaking to?
I tried reaching out to you, but you, you the voice sort of trails away.
Do I recognize this voice?
Yes, you do. It
Is
is
this the
first.
first?
It is the first minister's voice.
You tried reaching out to me. First Minister.
You see the walls start to compress on you. I'm spending threat. You see.
Am I having a psychic episode? Would I know myself enough to know that's what I'm experiencing?
Insight. Yeah, this is kind of like an insight roll in D&D on yourself. Insight medicine, I'll say difficulty of. I'll spend that as an increase in difficulty to 2. So insight medicine difficulty 2.
Telepathic prowess apply?
I'd say so, yeah.
Difficulty 2. I'm gonna give you a threat to get a dice, I suppose.
Okay. Awesome. You hit the difficulty. You sort of center yourself as the walls begin closing in, the lights start dimming. This feels to you. you you sort of dive not really deeply into yourself, but you sort of try to gain some sort of awareness. You've had dreams before.
Right.
This feels very lucid, like a lucid dream that you're in. You're sort of the walls are closing in again. There may be.
First Minister.
You're standing sort of in the center of the room. The door is coming closer. All the four sides of the room.
I'm going to try to exert my will over the world around me that I'm seeing, and just stop this. Stop the compression.
What do you do?
Am I audible?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm gonna try to. I'm going to try to exert my will over whatever this is, and just stop the compression and reach out and say, Minister Arlen, I am here to assist you, but you need to tell me what is going on.
You sort of center in on yourself and focus. The walls are still sort of creeping in, but they slow down. I tried letting you in, but there was something in the way.
Well, then, let's try again. Work with me this time. I'm gonna close my eyes and reach out and, try to offer him my hand. Just to, psychically.
Okay, psychically, you make a control medicine. Difficulty of 3 for you. Actually, no, it's going to be difficulty 2.
I'm going. Oh, I shouldn't burn it this early. I'm gonna save it. Telepathic prowess again for the focus.
Yep.
And I will give you a threat, I suppose, to get a third dice.
Okay.
Oh!
I will take the 2 threat for the complication.
Oh, good.
You reach your hand out. You feel a soft, like not reptilian, amphibian hand touch yours. Your eyes open, and you are on that same beach. Again, verdant, yellowish, white sand on your feet. You see rolling ocean in front of you. An alien tree is next to you.
First Minister, you never told us that your species was telepathic.
You do not hear a response.
I'm going to try to dive deeper. He invited me in this time.
Yes, so I'm going to allow you to get to the next phase here.
Mm-hmm.
You close your eyes, go to that familiar place, and you open your eyes, and you're in that same inky black. You feel up to your shoulders water. You look up and you see stars. They're faint, but you see stars. You look around and you appear to be again in the middle of a flat, open ocean.
I take a breath and I dive.
Okay. This is going to be control or insight medicine. It's going to be the same task roll as before. Difficulty is base 6. It's being reduced to 5. Complication range of 3.
So for this one, I'm going to use failure is not an option
Let me look
for the determination.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Telepathic prowess is the focus.
Yep.
I will use the star cross to double my focus range.
10. Gotcha.
And I will give you 3 threat to get 2 dice.
Okay. So in total, yep, you're rolling 4 dice with your 5th dice being a crit. Okay.
And the complication range was what again?
Was 3.
3. Big money, no whammies.
Well, gentlemen,
Oh no!
Here's my motherboard is fucked.
Oh no! On the one that you're using now, or?
On my tower. I'm on my laptop.
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay.
Do you have anything to re-roll
Nope.
those comps?
Nope,
Okay.
that's just enough successes to succeed.
Okay.
Actually,
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay. I will let you know what happens.
Oh, fuck.
You take a deep breath in. You still succeeded. So, you take a deep breath in, and you dive down into inky blackness. You swim. You're sort of with your arms. You're going deeper and deeper and deeper. You take a quick glance up, and you can't see the surface anymore. There was barely any light to begin with. You go deeper and deeper, and you're running out of air. And you take... Nope, we'll do... You take 2 stress
Okay.
as water starts sort of filling your nose and the pressure is hurting your ears.
I'm just reminding myself this isn't real, this is not really water, I'm not really drowning.
Mm-hmm. You get as deep as you possibly can, and as you breathe in, because you've run out of air at this point, as the water fills your lungs, you open your eyes, and you find yourself... The surroundings that you see are unfamiliar to you. You see a gray room with sort of a dull green hue. You see
First Minister.
no windows, a single door directly in front of you. You look down, and your body is not your own. You see green, blue amphibian skin. You breathe a sigh of relief, but feel an anxiety that is not yours. You know how your anxiety sort of comes up. You know the form that it takes. This is different. You look around and you see standing in front of you a Romulan Ulan. Sort of black hair, pointy ears, appears mildly feminine, but you're not totally sure. You see the two of them. You see another one walk in, and you see a different uniform with a Tal Shiar symbol on the right breast of the uniform, sort of jet black. He has sort of styled up hair, definitely a more masculine figure. You hear them speaking in hushed tones, but you pick up a couple of things. You see the man speaking to the Ulan and say, "Well, what is the status of the prisoner?" Um, Sir, the conditioning appears to be active. Um, the room is being prepared for surgery. You still want the implant to be implanted, correct? Yes. Put it in now. And you see a Romulan, the same Ulan, come up, lean down, and say, "If you fail, your family, your life, everything about you will be lost amongst the cosmos. You succeed, it still might happen, but you are going to be a very good asset for us, First Minister." And you feel a hypospray go into your right arm. You lose consciousness, and you find yourself in your room, in your own body, jumping up.
Just touching, making sure I'm real.
You feel yourself. You appear to be where you appear to be.
Dr. Hagen to Commander Edwards.
For everybody, hold one moment. For everybody here, ship status is at normal. It is about 2:30 in the morning.
Commander Edwards, you need to contact Starfleet Intelligence. You need to... We need to find someone who is versed in reversing Tal Shiar conditioning techniques. And we need to place a ship. We need to get to the planet... Or what was the name of the planet?
Orion.
Orion. We need to get to Orion as fast as possible. I'm on my way. I'll explain. And I'm getting up and getting dressed.
Edwards, it is 2:30. You've been woken up. I said.
Right,
yeah. Where does everybody go?
I'm heading up to the ready room because that's where we normally meet.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Off screen currently.
So is he just kind of like in a meeting with an admiral or something like that? We can probably say that.
Well, right now
at a
he's fast
conference.
asleep, but yeah, he can be like last time. He could be at a security meeting or something, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah, what's up? Is it 2 in the morning?
It's 2:30 in the morning.
Oh, that was in character.
Sorry.
Well, shit. All right, be right there.
Dr. Hagen, you walk out of your hallway, out into the hallway, and you turn left, and you see sickbay. You see 2 security guards standing there.
That's a little late. It's a little late.
Wait. Repeat that to me. I'm having trouble processing what just happened.
It's okay. You walk out into the hallway, and you look to the left where sickbay is, a little bit down the hall. You see 2 security guards standing there. 2 yellow shirt.
Okay, I'm gonna just real quick pit stop by sickbay on my way to a turbo lift, make sure that Arlen is still there and alive.
Okay. You walk to sickbay. The security officers say, "Doctor, it's a little early for you to be starting your shift. Is
I'm not
Is everything
starting
okay?
my shift yet. I'm just checking on the patient.
Oh, okay. Well, head on in." And the security, and you see Zeg that sort of grunts tiredly and hits the combination on the to open the security door, and you walk in. Ensign Soral is sitting at the nurse's station. He appears to be typing on his on a computer.
Sorrel, how's our patient?
Good. Sorry, hang on. I'm Vulcan. Doctor, it is 2:30. You're not on for another 4 hours.
Well, circumstances dictate that I'm on right now. How's our patient?
Patient is stable at the moment. You see Sorrel stands up and hands you the pad with the chart. He's been taking readings. You look at the chart. You see every half hour he's taken vital readings and noted them in the log. No change appears to be. Well, actually, you do see about on his last check.
What Nicholas say? Oh, K-popper.
Tell your dog
Sorry.
I said hi. You see Sorrel says, "Doctor, only thing that happened today was a couple of minutes ago there was an increase in heart rate, but probably just a dream."
No, Sorrel, it was a psychic event. One moment. I'm gonna take a look at the biobed scans on the brain scans and try and see if I can find what part of his brain lit up.
Go ahead and make. We want to generate some momentum. I'll let you do. Sorry. Reason medicine difficulty 0, assisted by the ship's computers medicine.
Alrighty. Neurology will be the focus I use.
Okay, and that is 3 momentum generated.
There we go.
You see, you sort of turn back the dial a little bit to the brain scans that are at the time of your sort of incursion. You see an elevated level of telepathic hormone in the center of the brain that was normally blank. It appears to you as an objective observer that this person has just had a telepathic experience of some kind, not unlike a like a Vulcan mind meld.
So unrelated,
Look at
but
this, Sorrel. And I bring it up and I just show him. Well,
there's an ice cream truck running around here playing Jingle Bells.
Oh my god!
Be grateful for it. Some kids who don't have ice cream trucks. Anyway.
Sorrel takes it and looks at it and says, Doctor, it appears you are correct. You said that you had communed with First Minister Arlen?
Yes. Is a victim of severe conditioning, and we need to help him. So, good news is, we're not looking at a terrorist.
That is nice to hear, Doctor. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Make sure that he doesn't die within the next few hours. I hand him back the pad, and I'm gonna head up to, I'll be back later. I'm gonna head up to the ready room.
Okay. The security, Zeg, as you leave, Zeg says, Doctor, is everything okay? It's been pretty quiet all night.
We'll find out in a moment. One moment.
Okay.
I'm gonna head off.
You make your way to the ready room. Where is Commander Kelly right now?
She's on her way to where she was ordered to.
Okay.
Once she's gotten dressed.
Hagen and Kelly, you sort of meet each other in the hallway. On your not, you see the turbolift stops Hagen, and you see Kelly walk in.
Ah, Kelly, good. We'll need you in a moment.
Why do I find that less than reassuring?
You should. Bridge.
And you feel the motion go, and you stop at the bridge. You see the bridge is at normal status, just station keeping. You guys are docked at the station, so there really is truly very little to be doing at this late at night. So you see, well, I get, Edwards, you actually were, you see an officer stand up and nod at you from the center chair, and you make your way to the ready room. Edwards, you see, after a moment, Commander Kelly and Dr. Hagen walk into the ready room.
I've just had a psychic experience with the First Minister. He was subjected to extreme Tal Shiar conditioning and forced to do what he has done. They are threatening his family, so we need both an expert in deprogramming Tal Shiar conditioning, and we need to get to Orion. Orion?
Orion.
Orion. We need to get to Orion as soon as possible.
First order of business is making sure they don't know he's still alive. I'm sure they've registered that his device has exploded. So, Doctor?
Hmm?
Make sure
Hi, sir.
we mention we had to transport him in advance. And make sure that goes on nice, unsecure channels over to the station. I will bring the Admiral and the Captain up to speed so they know it's a ruse to keep any spies off our ass. Kelly, how much do you trust Mazeo?
Explicitly, sir.
Give him a call.
Sir?
We need Starfleet intelligence on this.
Understood, sir. Is this an ASAP, or should I check local time zones?
Doctor, I suppose on ASAP to get him unconditioned as we have him.
The information he has could be invaluable. Just the small segment I saw proved a Romulan conspiracy directly designed to attack a Federation starbase.
Ignore time zones. Do we have anyone on the station or board that are able to do this, like Athol, who's not actually here?
Edwards, you remember that a intelligence attaché is actually en route and is going to be here sometime in the later in the morning.
Yeah, let's hold off on the phone call to Mazeo in that case. Got an idea. Go to the bridge. Hey, scan for the
Okay.
Ursha looks over to the doctor and says, "Should we be following him or waiting here?"
Not clear.
Edwards, you hear this exchange behind you. Is a player character going to be scanning, or
We could get Durathal to do it, whoever has access to the character sheet.
yeah? You see, Dura says, yes, I can absolutely scan," and you see her sort of pale blue skin and her fingers sort of play across the Alcars, and go ahead and someone roll.
Nishizumi, go ahead. She just growls a little bit, but doesn't say anything. And she just says acknowledged and just puts on the uniform and go.
Okay. Nishizumi en route. She will be rolling Reason Science. You said the orders were to scan for incoming Federation vessels, correct? Okay. Yeah, that'll be Reason Science. Difficulty of 3 reduced to 2 because the station can actually help as well. You see, Dura is coordinating with the station as well. Sensor ops as a focus. Okay. Nom 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 nom. Okay, 2 momentum generated. The ship and the station will help, so I will go ahead and pull up the station. It's going to be sensor science. Okay, no help, but that's okay. Two momentum generator right on the table. Yes, you sort of open up your long range sensors. You see that the USS Venture is currently docked at Narendra Station. You get that from sensors and also from logs. You also see an unidentified Federation make vessel. Registry is 1 moment. You see it is the USS Tenjin. That's Tenjin. You see the designation number is NX-14XX5. You see it is a Saber class. Couple of other things you get appears. I'm assuming everybody knows what a Saber class is. It is 1 scale smaller than you. Appears to have non-standard coloring. You see, its Federation is normally silver with blue and stuff. You see jet black with white and blue sort of trim on it. Yeah, that's what you get.
And approximately how far in their current speed?
Did you want to ask anything else for obtain information, or?
Yeah, approximately how far in their current speed.
Oops.
Because you said they're going to be arriving this morning. I'd like to put the pedal to the metal.
With a maximum speed of warp 9.975, I think we should be able to get to them.
Oh, I know
Sorry, was I cutting out there?
Not really. You asked me if I wanted to ask any questions, and I did twice.
Oh, sorry. I lost audio for a second. My Wi-Fi is not great. What was your question? I'm sorry.
How far and what is their speed?
They are currently going at cruising speed, warp 6, and they are apparently they're approximately halfway between Narendra and Deep Space Fortitude. So about us at their present speed, they'll be here. It's 2:30 a.m. where you are. They'll be here by 11:30.
All right. Here's the plan. We're gonna send them a message and pick up the pace. We're going to the admiral and the captain, bring them up to speed. We're gonna go meet them halfway, pick up our team, and set a course to Ariane.
Sounds like a plan, sir.
Okay.
Doctor, death report finished as soon as possible.
Oh, it's already half finished. Excuse me. I'm gonna walk off and start working.
Okay. You see Nishizumi walk in.
Durham just picked up a Federation ship. We're going to be rendezvousing with them as quickly as possible. So set a course for them, and then after the rendezvous, set a course to Ariane Maximum.
Out of character. Are you? Okay, you're talking to me. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Because I heard you said someone else.
Our favorite Helmsley, which is you.
Oh. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, Nishizumi, you sit down, plotting the course, plotting the intercept course for the Tenjin will be a roll on your part to see if you get there in. And there was an order for maximum warp, right?
Yes.
Are you going to be
Yep.
hailing the Tenjin?
I did mention that I was going to send the communication to them, tell them to pick up the pace as well, so we can.
If I may, Commander,
Go ahead.
if this station is being watched, that activity would look a little suspicious.
Good point.
Um,
Still gonna take us like 2 weeks to get there at minimum.
not if we convince the Admiral to give us orders. Letting them know the death of their First Minister might be a top priority.
That's exactly what I was going with. Alright. The intercept course, not maximum warp.
Okay, so just warp 6
Just
or warp
cruising
7, I
speed?
think.
Warp 7 to intercept, pick up some new crew before we head off to form the unfortunate.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
So
great.
we're going over to the Tenjin first, and then going over to the planet.
Tension intercept and then planet.
Okay.
We're not leaving just yet. We gotta send the death report, bring the admiral and the captain up to speed. But that's all stuff that happens in a commercial break.
Say, we regret to inform you that etc. died in a gruesome death. He exploded, detonated, and then he was ejected into space. Is that what's going to be said?
More or less, yeah. Much more professional though.
Okay. What is everybody going to be doing right now?
Well, the course has been plotted, right?
Oh, I'm going to give you a roll for that. Thank you for reminding me. Go ahead and give me. This will be Reason Con.
Reason Con.
Yeah, Reason. That's a one you've never rolled before.
Why is that?
Plotting a course. You're plotting a course. And getting there is going to be easy once you plot it.
Okay. Astro navigation is a focus.
Absolutely, that's what that focus is for. Awesome. Go ahead and give me intercept course. Will be, I'll say, difficulty 2.
2.
Oh, yep. Assisted by the ships. By the ships. Yeah, computers con.
Okay. Well, go ahead and give you 1 threat for bold,
Okay.
just for that reroll, and
And a third die.
Done.
Okay. Go
Yep.
ahead.
well, that's a good thing I took that reroll.
I'm gonna take that threat.
No,
Oh, just
I
kidding, just
have
kidding,
a
just kidding,
reroll.
just kidding. Go ahead. Go ahead and reroll. Sorry. There we go. No help, no hurt. That is 2 momentum generated on top of that. A full stack of momentum for you, because I like it when my players are happy. Yeah, Nikizumi, you've plotted intercept courses a bunch of times before. This one's just a little bit more complicated just because of the topography of the Shackleton itself. You're just trying to make your way around any anomalies that might be in the way. Yeah, you have the course plotted, and pretty much you're able to push a button whenever anybody wants to go.
I will but Commander, the course has been laid in. We can go whenever you'd like.
You see Captain Lee walks in. Commander, it appears that it's a little busy for this morning, huh? Sure. And Captain Lee sort of rubs his eyes and follows you into the ready room. And he takes his place in his chair. Give me the update, number 1. Ah. Well, I see. Seems like you have it all under control, Commander. We will be notifying the Admiral, I'm sure. And you plan on messaging the intelligence ship that's on the way, correct? Okay. Well, Commander, I'm going to be in meetings in here for the rest of the day. So you do as you'd see fit. And or insert a better excuse than that. I don't have the time.
That's like the most lamest excuse I've ever heard.
You should have just sent him to a conference. It's a tried and true Trek excuse.
But we've already done that once, and then he had to show up in a completely different ship.
Yeah.
Which definitely saved our ass. So now he's slightly opposite mental.
Okay.
Suffering from the Tegalian flu.
Captain Lee starts tapping on his tiny little baby computer that he has on his desk. And what does Edwards do?
Make sure the Admiral knows that the medical report he's about to get is in fact false.
Are you going to hail him?
By the way, should I roll to see how convincing my medical report is?
Oh, that's such a good idea. Absolutely.
Why would...
Because it's a chance to develop some momentum.
Well,
some extra stuff.
So here's how this is going to work.
Fixed momentum, though, is the thing.
Oh, well.
So we're going to be capped at 7. If I'm
6 is actually the cap.
Oh, 6.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Dr. Hagen, you make your way back down to the medical bay. Saral says, good morning again.
Good morning, Saral. Let's wake up our patient. And I go over to the First Minister, and I'm gonna give him a small stimulant to awake him from the sedation.
Okay. He pulls out a face. Just kidding. Very simple. You see, after a moment, his sort of amphibian eyes open, and he makes eye contact with you, blinks a couple of times, and then goes back to his sort of neutral position, laying on his back, staring up at the ceiling.
First Minister Arlen, you died at exactly 14:27 hours yesterday, when an explosive device that was implanted in your neck threatened to destroy the ship, and we were forced to transport you into deep space. This report will be transmitted to the Admiral and the Captain on an unsecured line, so that way everyone knows that that is what happened.
Dr. Hagen, give me a presence, and because you're talking about medicine, it's medicine. Roll. Diff 2.
Okay, I'm gonna spend a momentum to get a dice.
Okay.
I don't think I have a focus here.
You got one for bold-faced lying or anything?
Nope.
Like, okay, then go ahead and give it a roll.
I'm gonna re-roll that 17.
Okay.
Didn't really help.
Yikes. Okay. The first minister again makes eye contact with you, and you see what looks to be a squint, like just the smallest, tiniest little smirk.
I was saddened to hear of your passing, First Minister. I lay that data pad on the side.
You see, he goes back to his neutral sort of position, but you see the heart rate has gone up slightly.
We're going to do everything we can to protect your family, First Minister.
You see his heart rate increases again, incrementally, around 100 beats per minute at this point.
Rest up. I'm sure they'll be happy to see you when you get home.
You see a lip quiver. His heart rate increased by 20 to 120, and then he goes back to his neutral position around 70, where his resting heart rate is.
Sorrel, please make sure that the First Minister remains comfortable. And should he request anything, though it's doubtful that he shall in the near future, please provide it, as long as it doesn't require him getting up.
Yes, Doctor.
Now I'm going to go back to bed.
So, hang on, before you do that, before you go back to bed, you're gonna send that medical report over. Yes. Okay. To gauge the believability of this for any potential hypothetical onlookers, I would like you to give me I'll let you do another presence medicine roll. You get to declare the difficulty that you want to try to hit to determine the difficulty of any tasks that a hypothetical person would be trying to gauge the, like, if somebody else is trying to look at this and be like,
so
oh, this
here is what I would like to do. I would like to set it at difficulty 4, and then use the Starfleet Surgeon's decoration to reduce that.
From 4 to 3.
Right, so it'd be diff 4 for anybody else, diff 3 for me.
Shenanigansy. I love it. Because I believe it does stipulate for you.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay, that can absolutely be something you do. Go ahead and give me presence medicine, diff 4 reduced to 3.
I will spend 3 momentum to get 2 more dice.
Okay.
And can I use the focus of surgery to show that something went wrong in the surgery that required me to transport?
No.
I tried. I had to
This
try.
is-
I
this
had
is-
to try.
This is doing literally the doctor's worst sin. You're falsifying medical reports. I'm very tempted to actually increase your reduced difficulty with threat because actually, you know what? I am gonna do that. Fuck you. Sorry.
Well, that's mean.
I'm gonna spend 4 threat to.
Ladies and gentlemen, our DM.
He's having too much fun. It is now diff 4.
Okay. Give me a second. Let me look at things. See what I can do here. Would the advantage medical department apply here since I'm on the ship?
I would allow that if you allow Sorrel to assist.
I will allow Sorrel to assist here.
Okay. Yeah. So now I will allow for you to be the main roller. The ship will be assisting with computer's medicine, and Sorrel will be also assisting with presence.
Okay, no focus.
Sure. I can grab
4
one.
dice.
Two. Well,
And Nishizumi, you're just rolling the 1 dice, presence medicine.
okay.
Oh my fucking god.
You have cautious, so.
I will re-roll those. Dear lord.
Does he have a focus in this?
Highly doubtful. But I shall.
Surgery, first response.
If you can give him one, he's officially rolling, so it needs activated.
Yeah. What? You're giving
So-
Sorrel a surgery focus?
So the advantage of
Surgery.
medical department
Oh,
does
what?
reduce difficulty by 1 of a task. Or remove complication.
writing death notes.
Which
Um,
would
Death notices.
bring us up to 3 successes in total
I'll
with
just
a
roll.
diff 3.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So
look at
there's. So with cautious, you can only re-roll 1 dice
Damn.
for
Okay.
the future. But I think
Okay.
only one of them succeeded anyway. So I will add that 1 success this time. But next time it's going to be the first dice that hits the table.
Yes.
So that
Gotcha.
is 4. Yep, that's
My
4
bad.
successes. No,
Won't
totally.
happen again.
4 successes in total. You hit your you hit the difficulty. So I will make note of that. And you said you were sending this over unsecure channels?
Oh, very loudly on unsecured channels. As
Okay. I'm going to make a
loudly
roll
as
here.
possible.
One moment.
That might look suspicious.
Well, there's no reason to encrypt that.
No, it would look pretty suspicious if you do it very loudly.
Just submit it
Just submit it.
standard.
Yeah.
All right, submitting it standard.
Submit. Okay. That I'm still going to make a roll on my end, so just bear with me here.
The dice did not want to let me lie this time.
Mm-hmm.
The dice are enforcing a moral code.
For insight. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to roll 4 dice using a focus.
Rolling how many dice?
Okay. Disregard that. Pay no mind to that. Okay. Go ahead and yeah, you sent it.
All right.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, you sent it. You get the verification that the message was received by whoever's on duty at the comm station. And you said you were going to bed?
Yeah, I'm going to bed.
Okay. As you fall asleep, just kidding.
Not again.
Ah! You just start having like really bad sleep problems.
Look, being telepathically contacted while you're asleep is basically a rite of passage for this crew.
Truly. Hasn't happened to. I don't think it's happened to Edwards yet. But... Oh.
Yeah.
Oops. Shit. Oh, are we exploring a theme of? All right. Anyway. Yeah, Dr. Hagen, as soon as your head hits the pillow, you're asleep. You were very tired. Okay. What? Nikizumi's at helm. Commander Kelly, what are you doing?
Probably going to go and get some sleep as well.
Okay, you had to sleep. Edwards, what are you going to do? Nope. The captain doesn't seem to be bothered. Yeah. He's just hanging out.
Right,
Okay.
he's in meetings all day.
All day, starting at 2:30. Okay. Well, you have your own office. Okay. You go to the conference room. You signal. You hail Admiral Yannick. 2 minutes later, 2 full minutes later, you see a bleary-eyed Admiral Yannick sort of rub his eyes and say, yes, Commander, what can I do for you at this hour?
So, just to bring you up to speed, sir. Turns out First Minister Arlen was acting under duress. His family is currently in danger on his home planet, and it is in fact Talshia involved. You'll be getting a death report for First Minister Arlen across your desk. This is a falsification. Since it's intercepted, we want the Romulans to know that he died in the explosion they most likely registered. The plan is to intercept the Tenjin, pick up the intelligence attaché, and head over to his planet to give them the news of the First Minister's death. And in reality, do what we do.
You see Admiral Yannick rubs his eyes again and says, and how was it found out that that the First Minister was conditioned?
Dr. Hagen had a telepathic episode and linked up to him.
A telepathic. Okay. I'm gonna. Yeah, we're just gonna. Admiral Yannick just goes, okay. Yep, I accept that. Yeah. Well, I don't feel good about going on the insights of a Beta Z telepath, but I'm sure if I had one in my staff that I would be taking them for granted anyway. So, okay. Stay on the line. I am going to loop someone in. You see Admiral Yannick's screen goes into like that gray screen, kind of like on WebEx, where it's like, I turn off my camera. About a minute later, you see, sort of on a split screen view, a female officer sitting sort of a very crisp, clean uniform, very dark hair that's sort of grown out and sort of not in like a bun or anything. You see a make an insight command roll, difficulty of 1. Edwards. No, not this time. Okay, yeah, totally. Okay. 4 dice on a diff 1, got it. Okay, 2 momentum generated. Oh, do you have? Oh yeah, you do have bold, so you could reroll. Oh yes. Okay, you're right. Okay. You see an officer sitting in front of you. You think that just the way that her hair is styled, that she's trying to pass herself off as Vulcan to normal people, to normal officers. You know her, in fact, to be the majority of her blood is Romulan. You see this officer, a lieutenant commander, says, "Commander Edwards, my name is Lieutenant Commander Detrall. I am the current CEO of the USS Tenjin. I hear from the Admiral that you would like to intercept us. Is that correct?" I see. Detrall looks at you and says, "Commander, I don't want to throw a wrench into your plans that you seem to have. We are trying to make this as business as usual as possible. A sudden interception and a fast-paced warp to Orient is not really what the vibe that we're going for, if you can understand.
You.
I cannot order you to, but I would advise that you remain at Deep Space Fortitude for my briefing. I do not want to say exactly the reasons why, even though this is a secure channel, I do not necessarily lend credence to Starfleet's cryptographic prowess right now. Do you have any objections to that, Commander?" You see, Detrall smiles curtly. You absolutely can. And feel free to spend momentum past that if you'd like to ask questions. You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll give you a little bit more on just because of your cold reading feat, not feat talent. I told you that she has her hair in sort of a Vulcan styling, just the way that the braids are in the back. You get the Romulan by the skin tone mainly. It's more, I think it's more like pale than sort of the tan yellow of the Vulcan. You see an intelligence pin on her underneath her pips, sort of in the sigil of Starfleet intelligence. You have never. It's rare that lieutenant commanders have full command over a vessel. I'll point that out to you. It's usually command level, commander or higher. So you get that. Detrall says, "All right. Well, we will be increasing speed from warp 6 to warp 7 if that helps assuage your interests, Commander." But absolutely. For now, maintain stations at Deep Space Fortitude. I have a presentation for you when I arrive. Admiral, anything else from you? And Admiral Yannick says, no, to Troll. Safe travels. And to you. And the communication ends. And you see it's just Admiral Yannick.
Did you just say safe travels to the person on the space station?
No, that was Yannick saying safe travels, but
Yeah.
I
She said
don't.
same to you.
Yeah, you did hear that. It's kind of like at the movie theater where they're like, enjoy your movie, and you say, you too, and then walk away. That's kind of the situation that just happened.
I think we'll be sitting on our hands for a little longer.
Yes, Admiral Yannick sort of says, it is very early to be dealing with intelligence shenanigans. Anything else that you'd like to report, Edwards?
Not this time, Admiral.
Okay. You might want to try to get some sleep yourself, but who am I to say? Admiral Yannick out. And what does Edwards do?
Rub my temples for a few seconds, compose myself, and head out to the bridge.
Okay.
Turns out we're going to be sticking around Space Dock for a little bit longer. Lieutenant Shizimi, apologize for waking you up. Feel free to head back to bed and continue your shift as per usual. Keep that second half of your flight plan in place.
Second half of the flight plan.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that you also plotted the course to Orient from I guess where you're able to sort of change the flight a little bit to where instead of going from the intercept point, it's from Deep Space Fortitude.
Okay, so we're just going straight to the planet then instead.
Yep. Okay.
First, PowerPoints.
The night goes on, rather uneventful. You all at one point go to sleep, wake up. It's about 9:30 in the morning. Before the ship gets here, before the Tenjin gets here, anybody have anything they'd like to do?
Nope.
Edwards, just as a reminder, you do still have a tablet.
Hagen does sleep in a little bit later than she should, maybe.
Basically, in the morning, I was going to bring that up to Kelly.
Okay, you guys
It's
are
at
at
the
your
top of
morning
her
meeting.
to-do list.
Let's do the now of your to-do list, so it's ready to go for this meeting. Make sure that's not going to blow up my hand when I go into it.
I'll do my best, sir.
I like that.
I'm sure you do, sir.
Okay. Does Kelly go and fiddle with the tablet?
Well, yeah.
Okay. Kelly, you head down to the security office. You see there are 4 enlisted security officers around the vault. Each of them have a hand phaser on them, standard issue. They look at you approaching and say, Commander, what can we do for you?
I'm here to crack that thing open.
Okay. You see the crewman first class, who's sort of in charge of the contingent, nods and pushes a couple of buttons on the sort of circular vault isolation door and says, please enter in your command codes, please.
She enters in her command codes as requested.
Door opens, and you see that same green and black Telchiar tablet that you found earlier.
Well, she's gonna...
It's currently
Get her-
hanging in suspense This whoa, 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 and sort of slowly rotating.
Well, she's going to get herself a physically isolated diagnostic terminal,
You do that.
and she's going to set to scanning that device as closely as she can, looking for any physical booby traps, explosives, and such.
Okay. Are you using your eye or are you using the terminal?
She's going to use her eye.
Okay. Go ahead and make a control engineering roll, difficulty of 2 base. I'm gonna
You cut out there.
increase it to 3 because of the use. Oh, sorry. Hang on 1 second. Oh, there we go. It's gonna be difficulty 3. Control engineering.
Okay, does computer expertise come into play?
I'd actually allow reason or control.
Okay, I'll use reason then.
Okay. Computer expertise. I would say yes to that.
All right, focus in computers or gadgetry.
I'd take gadgetry more than computers, but yeah.
Okay. What threat you sitting at here? Jesus
9 currently.
Christ.
What?
Okay, so oh fuck it, I'll make it a nice even 10 for bold.
Okay.
Have I mentioned how much I fucking hate touchpads? Ooh, I'm gonna
Okay.
re-roll that 20 there.
Okay, go ahead. Okay. That is
All right.
Okay. You see in this tablet as you sort of scan it, there are components of it that are Romulan. There also appears to be Borg circuitry, sort of inlaid around the sort of Romulan components. You get the feeling that the Borg uh, circuitry allows for faster speeds, very fast speeds in terms of data acquisition and dispersion.
He is going to let out a weary sigh at the Romulans' fucking stupidity. And after confirming that there are no unpleasant surprises, she is going to plug the diagnostic terminal into the little thing.
Okay. Yeah, you scan through. There are no ultradium explosives in this. There are no. You do not see any hardware sort of indicators of any danger. You plug it into the diagnostic console.
Yep.
Okay. You plug it right in. You have a kind of a hard time actually connecting the getting information off of it to the diagnostic console. To read that and to overcome the compatibility issues, give me control engineering difficulty.
You'd think we'd have a jack on hand, or at least be able to replicate one.
Yeah, this task is sort of getting that sort of in there. I'll just say difficulty 2. I'm hunting for complications and threat.
That's rude.
Sorry. No, you guys are rolling kind of bad today. Lots of complications.
Yeah, but giving us rolls just in the hope that we'll fail?
I'm not being serious. I'm just trying. Don't yell at me, okay?
I don't trust DMs, man. I am one.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead. It's just difficulty 2. Go ahead and roll.
All right, what am I rolling?
Control engineering. You can use your computer expertise for this and your computer's focus.
Okay.
Okay. You have
Nice.
1 floating momentum.
Okay.
You are able to access the information on this console. You see a great deal of it is heavily encrypted. You see there are sort of I guess transaction logs on here. You see records of a signal that was being emanated from this tablet. You see, sort of looking again at the hardware, you see a subspace transmitter right there on board. You see a signal that is no longer being emanated, but was being emanated during the events. You see a signal that is that appears to be a subspace signal, yeah, of a Romulan type.
Okay. Gonna look into this
Mhm.
because I want to see what kind of signal it was and why we didn't pick it up.
I'll take the float for an obtain, or do you have a free one?
No, I believe my free one would only be if the ship is assisting, so
Oh no,
it is
yeah.
not.
0 float. Okay. You see the signal. What are you trying to figure out? Sorry, about the signal.
Why we didn't detect it?
It appears to be a Romulan subspace signal that it's using some sort of Borg technology. You sort of are looking at the base of the signal. It uses the same sort of frequencies that are detected among like Borg when they're trying to communicate to the collective. It's sort of that sort of underlying. Just it would show up mainly as like a little bit increased background radiation when it's activated, but it's just such a small signal that nobody would really detect it at this rate.
In that case, it should have limited range. Then again, if it's using Borg tech, there's no telling what this thing could be doing. Hell, the Borg could be listening into everything it's transmitting for all we know. Anyway, let's see if we can get a basic query going on.
Okay.
She is going to try to access the any information. Well, first thing she's going to do is she's going to look for a back door.
Okay.
You know, an unmonitored entry into the system. One that wouldn't have any traps assigned to it because no one's supposed to know it's there.
This is sort of a part of your previous role. You detect that everything else other than the transaction records from the signal appears to be heavily encrypted.
Oh, yeah, I knew that. I'm trying
sorry.
to access the encrypted information.
Okay. If you're accessing the encrypted information, go ahead. This is going to be kind of a beefy roll. Accessing and getting past the surface data is going to be control engineering, difficulty of 5. Are you using you're using the diagnostic console to do this?
Yes.
Okay. At an increased complication rate, I would allow you to have the ship assist.
There is no way in fuck I am plugging the ship's main computer into a Tal Shiar datapad.
Okay. I would just want to give you the option. Difficulty 5.
I'm sure you did.
Difficulty 5. I'm spending 2, 3, 4 threat to increase the complication rate to 3.
Okay. Well, we've got no shortage of momentum. And, sorry, was this controller reason?
This is control.
Okay. Troll engineering, computer expertise, and
Yes.
focus in electronic warfare?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I am going to go ahead and spend 3 threat, or not 3 threat, derp. I'm going to spend 1 threat and 2 momentum for 2 extra dice.
Okay.
I think that actually gives me like fucking 5 dice.
Yep, 5 dice. So keep in mind that if you're also trying to use a value for a crit, oh, just kidding, you got it. Okay. Okay. All right. Man, you guys are good at this. Okay. 2 momentum generated on that. Okay. Getting to my data dump folder. One moment. Okay, so there are 6 momentum currently. You're a cat. You get number 1. You get a lot of information that apparently the Romulans have obtained on the board. You see that they have traced the trajectory of the Borg cube that attacked at Wolf 359, and found any piece of wreckage from that somehow, and implemented that into Tal Shiar systems. That's number 1, what you find out. Number 2, through this, you're able to get more transaction records about the location. You see that there were 2 streams, one on a normal subspace, and one using a signal pattern of which you are unfamiliar. You are able to trace that signal pattern that you're unfamiliar with to a fixed installation in the Romulan neutral zone.
Okay.
You also get technical schematics of the vessel that was... You see it marked under mission dossier in here. You see technical schematics on the Soul Wreck, a Romulan vessel of which you have encountered before. It's a Romulan warbird. Didirodex class. You get technical schematics on that vessel. You see that there have been Borg alterations to that vessel. A couple of other things you get. Basically, the First Minister's orders were to infiltrate and sabotage, and also facilitate in a ruse Federation assistance, so that So, hang on, where's that in my notes? In a ruse to facilitate Federation assistance, so that they could just start dismantling the sort of Shackleton initiative and sort of just try to infiltrate and get more and more agents in. You see the schematics of the implant that the First Minister had a Borg device that was created by Tal Shiar to disrupt transporter signatures and to have that sort of, remember that subspace variance? You get all of that information back. And you have
Is there any documentation on what that transporter signature was intended to do?
You see deeper down in the orders that the First Minister was meant to carry that implant and transport with Admiral Howard Yannick and attempt to infiltrate Federation ranks by the consciousness smoke.
Icky motherfuckers!
Wait a minute. Hold on. Did we just find clear and precise evidence of an actual Romulan plot to replace a Starfleet admiral with a Tal Shiar agent? Because that's war.
Correction! We have found information pointing to a rogue element that the Romulan government has no knowledge or awareness of that has attempted to violate various treaties, which the Romulans will, of course, condemn. And that anyone we can trace by name, or anything else, even like a software signature, anyone who came within a fucking light year of this project is going to disappear.
Starfleet intelligence is gonna have a fucking field day.
Yes, I am!
Yeah, Kelly, you see the plans laid out for you. After First Minister Arlen was going to be taken over by the Tal Shiar agent, who was the thing with Romulan plots are they're always 2 feet deep in intrigue and takebacks and sort of
Backups for the backups.
Backups for the backups. The main goal was to get a conditioned Tal Shiar agent's intelligence swapped with Admiral Yannick's, and that implant, one like contingency was that implant could just explode. Nobody would figure it out that it was Admiral Yannick whose consciousness actually in that body. You find contingencies upon contingencies. Kelly, you're sort of standing over the console reading all this.
Well, she's going to copy all this information onto the diagnostic. In addition, she's going
What
to
does Commander Kelly
take...
do?
Yeah. Hello?
I can hear you.
Oh, lovely.
Hi, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Sorry, I was talking into the void. What
Indeed
was
you
the
were.
last thing you heard?
Well, we heard everything.
Yeah.
Okay,
The question is what you heard us say.
nothing. I heard just a void of space.
What was the last thing you heard us say?
I heard the retort, like, correction, that whole thing.
Yeah. Okay, so Kelly is going to transfer the data onto the diagnostic computer. She's going to try to scrub it of any hazardous programs, little tricks, tracers, viruses as she goes.
Yeah, you see, if you had rolled any complications or anything like that, malware would have just gotten everywhere. Just a bunch of malicious code. You see all that stuff. You were careful, so you were able to sort of skirt around that and quarantine those areas that had that stuff trapped. You systematically, it's going to take you a couple, like an hour. You systematically scrub this data pad and all the data of any malicious code.
All right. She is going to make a copy of that data and put that onto an isolated pad so that we have 2 copies of this shit. And she is going to send for a second isolated terminal.
You see the security officer say, well, if you want another one in the security office, we'd have to replicate one. There might be one in the science lab, though, down the hall.
I leave it up to your discretion as to how you acquire it.
Okay. The crewman first class looks at it, looks at everybody and says, "All right, we're going to the security lab. I'm not replicating it." And you see they walk out. About 10 minutes later, you see they have fully pulled the computer station off of the wall from the security lab. From the science lab, and they plop it down in front of you and say, "All right, we got you another console."
All right, thank you. All right, she's gonna check that console, see what programming it has on it.
You see somebody was trying to code a game on it for no. Somebody was writing a holodeck play on there, like a holo novel. It seemed to be a rampant sex fantasy.
Actual novels still exist, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Good.
You see somebody out. Somebody was messing around on the console.
Okay. Does it have a name attached to it?
A name of the novel?
No, the person who was writing it.
Give me 1 second. You see, it is a novel that appears. You see somebody with computer skills wrote this because the name of the person who did it is redacted.
Well, they're lost. She was going to politely send it to them, but I guess it's lost to the void now.
Okay. You're gonna delete it?
Oh yeah, it's gone.
Okay.
Yeah, it is getting completely fucking wiped. She wants no data on that except for basic access programs.
Okay.
Physical access programs.
Yeah, you wipe off like big parts of the OS that have backdoors that you know about. You wipe it off to where it's just a computer with a text file open on it, basically, with all this shit in it.
Cool. She's going to upload the malware to it so she can study it later.
Oh boy. Okay. You do that.
And that's why she made sure this thing can't talk to any other devices.
In front of you is the most cursed computer console you've ever seen. It's just teeming with malicious code flora. Just like a vitriolic piece of shit of a computer is in front of you.
Okay, she's going to leave that there for a moment. She's going to head out, tell them no one goes in or out, please, until I get back.
Okay. Can I ask what's in the? You see the crewman points. The computer is lightly smoking. You see that?
Well, depending on your point of view, it is either an extreme security risk or a toy box.
In general, in the security office, we generally look at smoking computer consoles as security risks. Okay, we'll lock it down for now.
Thank you.
No problem.
I'm going to go get a more physical way to let people know not to touch it.
Oh, do you want? We can replicate like a sign.
Nah. I'm going to just go get some old-fashioned caution tape.
Okay.
She's going to replicate some like bright fluorescent yellow caution tape that says warning filled with every virus you know and some you don't, and then just wrap the console in that.
Okay. 2 minutes later, you have the first iteration of the console was cursed. This one is just like a biohazard. It's just again lightly smoking.
Yeah, she's gonna make sure that it can't actually damage itself.
You tear it open. It appears to not be. You see, just one of the CPUs is just working like at 110%, but it's not going to melt or anything. Okay. If somebody's talking, I can't hear them. Just give me a second. Hello.
Hello. So, we're trying to copy the contents of the data pad, and every time we do, it's not going well.
No, she's collecting them to play with later.
Yeah, she's collecting like the shitty group of viruses that was on it.
Yep.
Oh, gotcha.
We've got the data. The data's scrubbed. The data's clean. It's good to go.
That's why it's a toy box for her.
Yup.
Box.
This is breaking so many Starfleet regulations. I don't even know
Yeah.
where to start.
Voice doesn't have hair, and her
You see, yeah, a crewman pats a comm badge. You see Kelly and says, "Crewman Daniels to Commander Edwards."
Roman Daniels.
Go ahead, Daniels.
Yeah, Commander Kelly appears to be. I don't know what Commander Kelly is doing. Okay, well, we'll just be down here. Our poor whoever is like in charge of computer maintenance here is gonna have a field day. But what
Tristan knows something about Crewman Daniels that Hagen doesn't know, and it's driving me insane because I know who Crewman Daniels is.
Uh-huh.
That's wild as shit. Okay.
Okay. You see, Crewman Daniels sort of goes, "All right, Kelly. Well, we'll be in here." It goes into the other room. Anything else?
She's got all that. She's going to take the console that has been scrubbed, and she's going to tap her comm badge. Lieutenant Commander Kelly to fuck, I just forgot names. God fucking damn it.
On an open comm channel, everybody in the ship goes,
Fuck
"Ah!"
you! I will set you on fire, my friend.
New communications channel. Who's this?
Lieutenant Commander Kelly to Commander Edwards.
Edwards here. Go ahead.
I got access to every single file on that data pad. Where do you want me to bring this console?
Bring it to. Load it up with semantic grab sleds and bring it over to whatever airlock happens to be attached to the station. And leave Daniels alone.
I didn't do anything to Daniels.
Didn't scare him. Say something mean.
He slowly turns and looks over at the smoking console. Yeah, I'm sure.
All right.
Okay, and with that, the scene ends. I'm taking momentum. Does anybody have anything else that they would like to do before the meeting?
All I do is go to meetings. Why does my D&D night also have meetings? I wanted to zoom off to space and be a cowboy. No.
Well, then we need to play Star Wars 5th Edition if you want that.
I mean, I have the books.
No, I don't actually care that I'm going to these meetings.
Okay. Okay. The senior staff, after a minute, you see coming in on sensors, you see the Tenjin, USS Tenjin, a smaller vessel than yours, pretty significantly smaller actually, docks at the port next to you. You all get a communication that you're to meet Admiral Yannick and the intelligence attaché in the command briefing room on board DS Fortitude in like 20 minutes.
And who's all invited? Does it just say senior staff?
It says senior staff, so all four of you get a notification. Captain Lee gets a notification. Durthal gets a notification. And you know that just from who is CC'd on it, that Detrol is going to be there, along with 2 aides and Admiral Yannick.
Edwards to Kelly.
Kelly here.
Well, I'm sure you got the ping, but we have our location for you to bring your toy. Meet you there in 20.
Understood.
Alright, let's go to a meeting. I'm gonna head over promptly because there's no reason to sitting around waiting. And stations are huge.
Okay. You all, at one point or another, find yourself in sort of a circular conference bay with a large display sitting behind a chair. Do you see the head chair where where the screen is has like admiral wings on it, noting that that's where the admiral is going to be seating. You see Admiral Yannick walk in and say, "Edwards." Well, I heard down the grapevine that there were some new developments overnight. Is that correct?
That's correct. We had that Telshia data pad that Commander Kelly managed to crack and get all the information off of it. Sharing that information with
Okay.
her.
You see, after a moment or two, everybody's in the room, by the way. You see Detrol along with 2 red shirts, each of them crewmen, and each of them carrying a sidearms. You see Detrol sits, actually walks over to you, Edwards, and says, "Commander." Shakes Captain Lee's hand as well.
Shake the hand.
Okay.
Welcome to DS Fortitude.
I appreciate the welcome. It's been a little bit of a long journey. I hear that your staff has a presentation for us.
I believe we'll start off the presentation. Lieutenant Commander Kelly. The floor is yours.
Okay. She is going to bring up the diagnostic console.
Commander Kelly, you see that Detrol locks eyes with you.
Do I know her?
You have heard that we had a Romulan exile who was recruited by Starfleet intelligence. You don't know her face; you just know her by reputation. Was fast tracked along the command path to get command of a intelligence sort of team. You know that the team doesn't have an official designation. You just know that there's a Romulan exile in charge of it, and that team is tasked with locating and assessing Tal Shiar threats.
Should I be at this meeting?
That is completely up to you. You did receive one because you are of senior staff, but I leave it up to you.
The answer is yes.
I will be there.
Okay. Yeah, you're there.
Sorry, I had to interrupt talking to a meeting.
Yeah.
So going over the files I was able to uncover on this data pad, it seems that the device that was implanted into the First Minister was intended to swap his body with the Admiral's to get a conditioned Tal Shiar agent into Starfleet Admiralty. Also discovered that this device contains Borg technology, and that they have been salvaging wrecks from the Borg ship that attacked Wolf 359, and that what was the Warbird's name, GM? Hello?
No.
GM, we cannot hear ye.
That's the one ship name I don't have written down, so I need him to answer. I was taking shitty notes back then.
Hello?
Yep, I'm here. Sorry.
Yay! What was what was the warbird's name?
The Soul Wreck. You guys have actually encountered.
Yeah. Okay. And we've also discovered, through schematics that were helpfully on that data pad, that the Soul Wreck has also been modified with Borg technology. Things went awry when the Admiral offered to beam up with the second group instead of the first.
You, Edwards, and Commander Kelly, since you're in charge of the meeting at this point, notice Admiral Yannick's eyes go wide. So you mean to tell me that it is by pure happenstance that I am currently now in control of my own body?
Yes, sir.
Admiral Yannick sort of, you see him trying to maintain his composure.
It is
Okay.
also worth noting that this data pad, until relatively recently, had been transmitting a constant subspace signal. We didn't detect it because, again, the transmitter is based on Borg technology. It uses the same tech that drones use to talk to the collective. Small enough to blend in as background noise, but you know what to look for. There it is.
Okay. Were you able to trace the locations of the signals, Commander?
The Tal Shiar appear to have a base in the neutral zone.
You see the trawl perk up. Such a installation would be in direct violation of the Treaty of Algernon, if I'm not mistaken.
That is correct, it would.
If I may, I did catch a glimpse of what the facility looked like, and I saw the Tal Shiar officer that sent the First Minister on this mission. May I? And I'd like to take a computer and try and generate up an image of what I saw, the person I saw.
Okay. You create a computer-generated facsimile using the same you've done plastic surgery rotations. They use the same sort of generation stuff. You see everyone who, Commander Edwards, and Lieutenant Commander Kelly, make an inside security roll. Inside security. Actually, I'll allow one of you to be the lead and the other one to assist.
I will assist.
Inside security difficulty opposed, actually.
Espionage focus.
Yeah. No, not right now. No. The target of this is our friend, the troll. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. How many? What are you doing? How many are you buying with that? Okay, so you're adding one threat and spending. Okay. Okay.
Oh shit. Yes.
Okay.
Risk it for the biscuit.
Okay, 3 successes. I'm gonna spend some threat.
Can I make some kind of check to catch it telepathically?
I will. That would be a separate roll for that.
Okay. Okay.
This roll inside security is based on facial stuff
Mhm.
and cues and stuff. If you were an empath, I would allow you to glean
I'm
something.
both.
You.
Specifically, it says I cannot choose not to sense the emotions of people nearby.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead and roll to assist to see
Insight
if you help.
medicine?
Yep.
Telepathic prowess as a focus?
Yep. Go ahead. Of fucking course you do. Okay. That's 4 in total, right? Nope, 5 in
5.
total.
5 in total. Yep.
And I rolled like poop. Okay. That's a waste of threat. Damn. Okay. Well, I'll tell Kelly Edwards. You see a wince as you see to Charles' face. She tries to sort of play it off and scratches her face a little bit, but you kind of see right through it. She for sure recognizes this person. You two get Dr. Hagen. The emotions that you get from I'll give you some surface thoughts too. You get the emotions of anxiety, number one, and then on the end of that anxiety, you see a self-awareness of emotion, and then that anxiety goes away almost instantly. The one thought that you get is you hear the words in Romulan. You get the emotional context of it, but you hear like something like "God damn it" on the surface level, but then immediately
Do you know
goes
this
it
man?
goes quiet.
I just flat out say, do you know this man?
Admiral Yannick, you see, squint, sort of purses his lips and turns his head sideways. You see Detrol go, that is my father. I,
Unfortunate.
of course, he's involved in this. Well, I guess I should tell you the full story. My father was may sound maybe interesting for you to hear, but my father was deemed by the Tel Shiar at the time as being too extreme, and too radical, and too much in favor of aggressive actions, whether they be overt or covert.
For a Tal Shiar agent to be called too extreme.
I think that he is definitely behind this. I thought him dead. I mean, he was a part of the original fleet to go. You see, she stops herself and looks sideways to Admiral Yannick.
Do
Yannick nods.
I know what she's about to say?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Just because
mhm.
my
No, yeah, you
yeah.
know what Star Trek is, yeah. Thank you for admitting that. I'm moving forward here. Yannick sort of thinks for a second to himself and nods. I'm going to read you all into a fact that is not on the official records. Hang on. You see, Detrol turns and says, "Secure the room." And you see that one of them goes out into the hallway, and you hear the door lock. The other one pulls out a hyperspray with an empty cylinder attached.
I just
Before we
reach
move
out
any,
to Kelly, telepathically and just go, I hate Starfleet intelligence.
Kelly's immediate surface thought is rude.
you see, Detrol says, "Before I move forward, I am going to require a blood test from everyone."
Of course. I have an empty hyperspray of my own, actually, on me at all times.
Doctor, it's not necessary. I will be conducting the blood tests. Thank you. And Detrol stands up.
Okay.
Goes and tests Admiral Yanix. Everybody else, is everybody submitting to the test?
Yeah.
Yep. I would advise that any blood sample collected from Lieutenant Commander Kelly is kept in isolation.
Detrol,
I was going to make a joke about it. Thank you for ruining that.
Sorry.
Detrol says, "We'll be we'll be getting rid of any blood samples that we take, anyways. Everybody in the room is not a changeling."
Well, that's good to know.
Detrol sits back down and says, "Computer, is the room secure?" "The room is secured." There was a combined fleet action between the Cardassians and the Romulans. Both of their intelligence services, the Tal Shiar and the Obsidian Order, combined, went to try and eliminate the Changeling, the Founder's homeworld. That move ended in the complete destruction.
Oh, hush, pupper.
The complete destruction of both fleets. There are no recorded survivors of this exchange. What I will mention here is that it is highly, to my knowledge, my father was to be in command of one of those ships. He appears to have not have been.
And I only bring this up because of prior experience. That is not your father, is the other option.
Hang on. Me as a GM is confused. What are you trying to imply?
He's a changeling.
Okay. Sorry, just the wording of that sounded interesting.
No, or this person that we saw is not your father. Just someone who looks like him.
You think he's a changeling?
They replaced the last admiral we had out here. It would make sense to replace someone in the Tal Shiar as well.
And if they could get a changeling privy to information that a Tal Shiar agent in the Starfleet Admiralty would have...
That's the Romulans and Starfleet taken care of in one swoop.
I will give you all 2 momentum. Detrol has a grave look on her face. Well, looks like this supersedes any other thing that's happening out in the Shackleton, unfortunately. So, this is what I am proposing. We maintain business as usual here. As such as it is, maintain whatever exploration operations are currently underway. My ship has the capability of, and Admiral Yannick, I know that you might look at this with a frown, but my ship does have the ability to take in a cloaking device, and I just so happens that the Guan Yu has, albeit a damaged one, but one
That is
nonetheless.
a violation. Sorry, that
Technically speaking, I don't believe it is. It would not be in violation of the treaty to create a ship that is capable of housing a cloaking device. We are merely forbidden from developing and equipping them.
Detrall says, my thoughts exactly, Commander. While existing treaties are the way they are, the changeling threat, Starfleet intelligence says, supersedes any and all threats. If there is a changeling who is standing in for a Tal Shiar operative and who is trying to make moves in this area of space, an area of space, as you all know, is rather understaffed at the moment. I would say, and me and the Admiral have spoken about this, that installation appears to be a viable target. I open it up to you. I do not want to enlist all of you into Starfleet intelligence at this very moment, but
seems like we're already in it. Oh. Okay. This is violating so many laws I've lost count at this point.
Really, I'm pretty sure it's just the one.
No, it's about... I lost count at 10. But, you're right. This needs to be taken care of before it becomes a serious problem.
they, and honestly, it would make sense. My father was a brilliant tactician, but he would never, well, I suppose I don't know. In any rate, the Tal Shiar presence in the neutral zone is a violation of the Treaty of Algernon, and as any installations are forbidden in there anyways. Do two wrongs make a right? No, they don't. But as Admiral Mazzeo pointed out to me, it's destroying that installation seems to be a way of killing two birds with one proverbial stone.
And in either case, if we destroy that facility and the Romulans decide to make a fuss about it, they will have to admit that they had a facility in the neutral zone.
Which they will not. However, I do have... The good news is that if we can get close enough to the facility, I should be able to tell if there is a changeling aboard. The last one we encountered, what telepathically, psychically, stood out like a flame. It was very easy to determine.
Yeah, difficulty 5 roll, easy.
Poor Hagen.
If I may, given the scope of this project and the fact that, as near as we can tell, both its primary and backup objectives failed, wouldn't the Tal Shiar be moving to scrub the op?
Tal Shiar, maybe. The changeling who's impersonating a high-ranking officer in the Tal Shiar might choose not to report that.
Fair enough, but there's nothing to say a subordinate told to do that wouldn't do it anyway in order to betray a superior officer and prove himself to be more loyal to the Empire.
Eh.
The Tel Shiar are fucked up like that.
I hear there's like a secret society at Tal Shiar who are afraid of AI. Do you think that's real?
No, that was a terrible idea and we're dismissing it.
Actually, I did like that idea just because it sounds exactly like something rogue Tal Shiar agents would do. They fall for exactly that kind of conspiracy because it's the kind of conspiracy that they would think up.
All right, let's stay in character here. Edwards, what were you saying?
Well, there's one thing we're just overlooking in the complete opposite direction of the neutral zone. What of First Minister Arlen's family? Because right now, we know they're being held. Are they being held on his home planet? Or
They
they're
didn't actually say that they were being held. They said they were being watched.
In which case, as cruel as it may sound, it might behoove us to keep them in the dark.
Well, Doctor, if this is the man you saw, and we assume he is in the neutral zone at this facility, then our best course of action is to infiltrate that facility, which will kill multiple birds with a single stone.
Yes. So let me make sure I understand correctly. We're going to take the intelligence ship into the neutral zone, or are we hooking the cloaking device up to the Guan Yu?
Well, Doctor, that's a great question. The Tenjin is, well, not to boast, but the Tenjin is my ship. I made her. She is a prototype. She is small. She is under the radar, and she is able to house a cloaking device with um, at and the size of the ship is small enough to where, while cloaked, the power output would be smaller than on board your Intrepid.
Whereas the Guan Yu is a target.
But I leave that up to you.
For everyone else.
I
True.
was sent out here to assist, not to lead anything. Really.
On the
I
other
think I called
hand,
that other console a toy box.
on the other hand, the Guan Yu is the fastest ship in the known galaxy.
Correct. Which means if we need backup, it's the best chance to showing up.
Could the Guan Yu be dispatched near the neutral zone where we're heading, or I don't know, patrol?
Sure,
My
Admiral, correct me if I'm wrong, but we're definitely posting up various science vessels along the neutral zone during the. Is the Dominion War happening yet?
It is not happening outright yet.
Okay, that hasn't happened yet.
I
We
believe we're edging towards the Klingon War.
we are
The
in the
third
Klingon War.
War.
Yep. Klingon War was actually, for everybody's information, your subordinates would all know and all be a little bit stressed about the fact that you are currently at war with the Klingons. We are, if you look at like DS9, we're right around the same start date as the mission where uh, Jake and Doctor what's his dick go to that planet and help out at the hospital.
Yeah. I'm sure there's some sort of scientific study that can be done near the border of the neutral zone. It's a rife with quasars? Yeah, quasars sound good.
Quasars,
I
yes.
do believe there is a main phase pulsar not a few light years from the neutral zone.
And our science department was just saying how much they would love to study that.
Detrol sort of smiles and says, "Now you're all thinking like intelligence officers. This is fun. I like
Well,
perverting
save our
normal
souls.
people." Detrol stands and says, "Well, I will be on board the Tenjin if you need me. I suspect you all have a mission to
Before we go,
prepare. And yes,
installation of our broken cloak. I would like that to be oversaw by Lieutenant Commander Kelly.
you see, Lieutenant Commander Detrol says, I've never been much of an engineer. So any help that you have, I have a I have an ensign engineering officer currently. So you would be in command of them anywhere.
Excellent. Lieutenant Nishizumi, want you all over there as well. Familiarize yourself with the cloak, and you can take care of any links it needs to the bridge commands. Angry beep.
I got a BRB from Nishizumi at 8:04. So I'm not sure if they're back yet.
That's just gonna nod and say yes, sir.
Okay.
But he can do any. He can actually assist on the bridge using con instead of engineering. So it's actually.
Yep.
That being said, Doctor, perhaps you and Lieutenant Commander Del Turo can look into breaking the conditioning on First Minister Erlin.
Yes, sir. Neurology is somewhat of a specialty of mine. I just need a little more time with his brain.
Okay. With many buns in the oven and with a potential intelligence op, I am going to leave it open to you guys. It's pretty obvious that we're not going to be heading out to the installation this session, but I will be taking. We can totally do all of our preparation stuff now, and then next week we'll probably be heading out. So what is everybody trying to do?
Well, the doc's gonna try to break into someone's brain. That is going to break so many laws. But fortunately, he has the clearance to break those laws.
Sick.
He's only violating one treaty.
One treaty and about 37 sub-provisions within that treaty.
It's still one treaty.
It's different laws, though.
Worry, worry, worry.
And Edwards is going to sit at his desk and make our cover stories.
Sounds fun. Let me get an extended task here for the cloaking device. One moment.
My wife is full of tidbits.
I'm gonna name it ET Unnamed because I know that our wonderful Edwards likes naming things. I think I put it in the GM thing. Okay. So a couple of things for this. For your information, you are authorized to, but you are still in violation of the Treaty of Algernon by installing this. Let me just get a final go. We are going to be installing this on board the Tenjin, correct?
I believe so.
Okay, good. Let me look up my thing.
Hello, I'm back.
Oh, hi.
Sorry. Yep.
No, totally fine. I do not actually. Okay. that should be all saved for you. Okay. This will be a... Actually, I'm going to do 20 on the work track. Okay. This will be a... for the extended task to install... Well, number one, to fix, install, and get the thing working. That's going to be a work track 20. Base difficulty of 4. Magnitude 4. And a resistance of 2. For that. Okay. Awesome. This role is going to be control engineering. That's going to be the base role for it. And I'm assuming that Commander Kelly is going to be taking the lead on this, yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm back. I can't assist. What's the role?
Since you're helping from the bridge, I'm going to allow you to use Control Con to assist, because you're coordinating how this is installed so that... Oh, Nishizumi, you were gone for that whole meeting, weren't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Briefly.
Absolutely.
Hi. We're going to install our broken cloaking device onto an intelligence ship. You're going to help. And we're going to take that ship. Not allowed to take out at Falshiar base, properly ran by changelings, but they're not allowed to be there. All the same time, the Guan is going to be studying a quasar near the neutral zone in order to come and protect us.
So we're basically going to be breaking the whatever treaty.
Every treaty, almost, that we've ever made with
Negative.
Romulan, at least.
I think Nishizumi loves this idea.
Crazy. Wild. Okay. So, Nishizumi, you're coordinating from the bridge of the Tenjin. Tenjin, again, is a Saber class. I'll actually give you a little bit of a mental walkthrough of what the bridge of a Saber class looks like. Think a Constitution class. It's got one central chair, 2 stations right in front of it. This is very sleek, though. It's not bulky looking at all.
I'm so mad. I have the deck plans for a Saber on my PC.
Oh, no. Okay, show me what you got for the deck plan. Sorry.
It's on my PC!
Oh, I see. One moment here.
Alright.
I am a salty bitch.
You want me to roll the assist?
Give me one moment here.
Sure.
You said it's a Saber class?
Saber class. Yep, I got the picture that I like. Hang on.
Oh, these ugly things.
Rude, but not inaccurate.
They are truly built like a brick shithouse.
I would argue the Norway is so much worse.
Yeah, so that's sort of what it looks like. I put it in the Discord.
This is worse.
Big sort of center chair, 2 console chairs in the front. Full in the back behind you. You are sort of walking and taking sort of assessing. Behind you, there's a full square console. You see there are chairs around that, and the console is actually modular. It can go up and down depending on if we're sitting or standing. All of the consoles have chairs. All of them have straps. Ops and flight controlling is in front of the bridge. To the left, back left, is Internal systems to the back right is science. Mission control is up sort of by the back here, by the sort of square console. There appear to be a number of classified sort of folders. Let me rephrase that. There appear to be like new sort of prototype kinds of consoles that are much more touchscreen and tactile based.
I'm gonna take a wild shot in the dark here and guess that sick bay is a closet.
Yeah, I will make the Tenjin. How do I turn that from GM stuff to like ships and shuttles, Edwards?
When you, which one is tension?
Yep.
Right click, configure permissions. I'm doing it. No, wait. Oh, just drag and drop.
Okay.
And then to show it to people, it's right click, change permissions. Right click, configure permissions, and then set all players to owner because they'll be able to click and roll.
Okay. There's the USS Tenjin. It is the command should definitely not be 5. Let me look at that again.
It's not showing up for me.
It's a 2. Hang on 1 second here.
There it is.
Okay, but yeah, it's a 2 for. Yep, there we go. Yep. So medicine is actually not bad. It is the mission profile for it, which is currently blank, is TAC operations.
Mm-hmm.
So that actually gives you a decent sized med bay, just because people are going to get injured. But it is smaller than yours currently,
Right.
just for the sheer reason that it's a smaller scale vessel, so there are less people on it. Crew complement of a Saber class. I actually have this written down somewhere. Crew complement, standard complement is 95. However, this appears to be an advanced variant of the Saber. So it is designed to operate with a small amount of crew. So standard complement for the Tenjin is actually 50. A lot of more compact sort of places. Engineering is pretty small, actually, even comparatively to other Saber classes. Big things are it's got a pretty decent security and it's fast. That's what the Saber class is. Okay. Harry Potter, that shit. Okay, back to the extended task. Yeah, go ahead and the ship will. Sorry, go ahead.
So I was just asking about the Saber. How big is it in comparison to a Miranda?
Miranda is skill 4, so this is even smaller than a Miranda.
Oh wow, dang. Okay.
Yep. So the Miranda is smaller than the Intrepid. Technically, I think it's just the dimensions are a lot more different. Yeah. So this is like defined.
Miranda's like wider, but shorter.
Yeah. So this is, think of a Defiant, a little bit bigger than a Defiant, but that's what the Saber is. With a cloaking device, this thing is gonna vanish. There's like very little power signature to it.
BRB.
Okay, go ahead. Any other questions about the Saber?
Does it have a holodeck?
Yeah, 1.
Nice. And are there holo emitters installed in the sick bay, or is that not standard issue yet?
No, there are not.
Okay.
Is the weapon systems just phasers and photon torpedoes?
Yes, but you are going to be getting a complement of quantums.
I'm sorry, what do you say?
You're going to get a small complement of quantum torpedoes.
Quantum?
When moving stuff over, Saoirse is gonna make sure her Project Ace's file for her holodeck program is transferred over.
Okay.
Correct
Great.
me if I am wrong, but quantum torpedoes require a calibration minor action every time you fire them.
I don't know about that, but let me check here.
I remember this from Shield of Tomorrow.
That may have been changed, but let me double check. Because Shield of Tomorrow was even before I think it was released. Like they were still working with at least at the beginning of the series, they were working with a in progress version of it. Like right after the playtest, I think.
Quantum torpedoes weren't added until like second season, like Dominion War era.
Yeah. Where would I even find that? In Talents, maybe? Yeah, Starship
Would be
Talent.
in weapons, I think.
Well, the talent for quantum. Okay. I think that it's just yeah. So there is the calibration quality to it. So calibration quality is somewhere. Oh my god, I have to go all the way back to technology.
This book was not designed well.
No. Starship weapons. Calibration, yep. Weapon requires careful calibration before firing. The weapon cannot be used to attack unless you use a prepare minor action with it.
The screen's
So
going
you have to use your
haywire.
minor to prepare it. You're always able to spend momentum for an additional minor action, and on a case-per-case basis, I would allow an add to threat for more minor actions.
Okay.
For that. So I'm
But if
still in
I'm-
the process of moving the talents over and stuff. I'll do that
Great.
after the session today. So if Edward wants to keep the game open after the session, I'll be moving that stuff over. Okay. Any other questions about the saber?
What's the carpet color? This is important. What is the carpet color?
Carpet color. It's black with blue trim.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Very tactical. Very tactical.
Yeah,
I like
definitely.
it. Picasso.
Black with blue trim, and you notice that there are Starfleet Intelligence insignias in the OS of all the computers.
Well, this ship is fun.
Yeah, isn't it? Okay.
So is
Kelly,
there
are you?
any-
Sorry, go ahead.
Is
I'm
there
back.
any other advantages that the ship has, of like anything that our ship doesn't have in comparison to this?
Style. Yeah.
Other than
Um,
style. Like, how fast is it though?
Its max warp is slower than yours. Its max warp is only 9.
No.
So in terms of that, it's meant to go somewhere, and it's meant to fuck shit up, and it's meant to leave. That's pretty much what it's meant to do. It's with the cloaking device, it turns it into more of like a
Submarine.
sort of kind of thing. Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, the Saber class was made to be basically a pilot's wet dream as far as maneuverability goes in sublight.
Yeah, absolutely. So looking at comparing the Guan Yu's con, well, actually the con and the Guan Yu's the same, but it has the same maneuverability of an Intrepid at sublight, but it's smaller, right? So it can't really get hit. It does have a blade of armor. That's one thing it does have. That increases its resistance by 2, so up from 3 to 5. What else? What other talents does it have? It has a high-powered tractor beam, and it has an improved impulse drive.
Improved impulse drive?
Yep.
How does that work in space combat?
That's a really good question. Let me tell you. Starship talents. Boop, 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 boop. This book is a piece of shit. Yep, I got it. Ship's impulse drives are more powerful than that on most ships, allowing the ship to accelerate much more quickly. When the flight controller succeeds at the impulse, attack pattern, evasive action, or ramming speed tasks, they may spend 2 momentum to increase the difficulty of all attacks against the ship by 1 until the flight controller's next turn, which is a big deal.
Except that we're going all super secret squirrel and we're not going to get into ship combat with this beautiful little piece of cheese.
Yeah, you can keep operating under that assumption if you'd like.
Please don't scratch the paint.
It's very expensive. No, seriously, it is probably a stealth composite. It is very expensive.
Well, if
Materially,
if
keep
it
in
has-
mind, we are space socialists.
if it
No
has
money.
ablative armor, Nishizumi's going to assume it's a tank.
Yep, you can make that assumption. I will not take that away from you.
A light tank, specifically. An M3 Stuart.
No, no. An M3 Stuart has like paper thin armor.
Yeah,
Mainly
that's what I'm
meant
telling
to
you.
be used as a was mainly meant to be as like a.
We are small. That means the armor is thin. This should not be lost on Nishizumi.
Yeah, I know. I was kidding.
Like,
Please buy me the big chair. Someone will go back on the Guan Yu to study that quasar.
an Intrepid is like an M5. This is an M3. Just for
An
clarity's sake.
M5.
Sherman.
No,
That's
it's
the M4.
M4. Yep.
Yeah.
I got that wrong.
I was like, it's like there is no M5.
There should be.
All right. Now that Kelly is back, we can start rolling on this extended task to install this this wonderful piece of Romulan machinery in here. Like I said, it's going to be control. Sorry, one moment. Oh, where'd it go? There it is. It's going to be control engineering, work track 20, difficulty 4, magnitude 4, resistance 2. I will, because Nishizumi is assisting from the helm, I will allow a control con to assist. I will also allow the Tenjin to assist. First Tenjin roll.
Alright, so
That is going to be structure. It's going to be structure security.
and am I doing the main role or I'm just assisting?
You are just assisting Kelly
Okay.
because Kelly is actually the one with her hand inside the ship, like putting the thing in there and repairing it first.
Okay. Alright.
Okay.
Focuses like what kind of focuses would apply here?
Let me take a quick peek see at your focuses.
Because I have astronavigation helm offs, but I don't believe any of those will probably work.
I don't think so for any of your focuses. No.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright.
Okay.
And just roll then.
You just roll 1 dice, Izumi. No help. Okay. Commander Kelly, your base difficulty is 4. Kelly?
I've been muted.
Nice. You did.
Okay, so would gadgetry or espionage come into play as a focus? That's not what I meant to fucking.
Let me. Gadgets. Yeah. Even though that's not how the rules go, like a composite of those two would work. But yeah, I will not accept computer expertise with this.
I just clicked that to check the wording on it, and I wouldn't have asked.
Okay, cool. Go ahead. Yeah, I'll allow a focus for this. You're asking a hash focus, I'll say. Go ahead and give me your control engineering. Are you buying any dice?
I will buy 1 dice with momentum.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Scratch that. Merry Christmas. I'll make it buying 1 dice with threat.
Okay.
Because the GM needs to have more threat.
Mhm.
And they need to have some fun too, right? And I think I said that too soon.
Wow! Well, I'm glad I did bold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let me check the specific wording on bold. I can only re-roll 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here we go.
Do you have a value you can cite here?
Okay.
Uh, 10 values. Wait. I can just spend 2 momentum to nuke it. So,
yeah, you can spend a quash. That's fine.
yeah,
And
I'm gonna spend a quash.
And of
Okay.
course, a Tenjin is absolutely worthless. Does not help at all.
Truly. His structure is not great. small ship.
So that is 3 successes.
Okay. You fail to meet the difficulty of the task. You sort of, a little bit of role playing to start. You walk in, you see that there are 2 security officers who are standing guard as ordered thousands of sessions ago by the cloaking device. They say, Commander. You see it's Crewman Daniels again. Commander, something we can do for you?
I need access to the cloaking device.
Okay. Type in your command codes and we'll be able to get you in there.
She types in the command codes.
You see in the middle of the cargo bay, you see a fragmented jigsaw puzzle of a cloaking device. You kneel down and begin putting the pieces back together, and you're kind of uncharacteristically, you're having a little bit of trouble. The manner in which the cloaking device was fragmented, it was fragmented by the sheer force of ejection during a hull breach on the vessel you were fighting over Orien. You see there are a couple pieces missing, actually. One component that actually assists with cooling the cloaking device, because these cloaking devices take up a whole bunch of energy and they need a bunch of different systems to cool it and everything like that. You see it's just not doing what you want it to do. I am going to spend to increase resistance to 4. Base difficulty is still 4. Magnitude 4, resistance of 4. Go ahead and make another roll.
Mute yourself again, Kelly.
Yeah, sorry, I was eating something. So I will go ahead and give you 1 more threat, and I will buy a dice with momentum.
Okay, that is 2 momentum, 1 threat.
And away we go. I will re-roll that 16.
Okay. Okay, that is
5 successes.
5 successes in total. Still waiting on the Tenjin and Hizumi to roll.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I did not.
No,
know I
totally
was
fine.
re-rolling that.
That's how you do that.
Okay, and a crit from the Tenjin. That brings it up to
No help again.
okay. 2, 3 plus 4 is 7 on a diff 4. That is 3 momentum generated. Go ahead and roll 2 plus your engineering rating and challenge dice. Keep in mind your resistance is 4 currently.
Okay. And we did generate momentum from that, right?
Yep, you generated 3 momentum. It's already in the pool.
Okay, and I can spend a momentum to give it piercing, right?
Yep, that gives it piercing, so that gets rid of 2 resistance. So you still have
Yep.
2 left.
Okay, I'll go do that.
Okay.
Wow, that's 3 blanks. That kind of sucks.
You can spend 1 momentum to reroll any blanks.
What do y'all think?
Spend it. You can spend it
Uh,
right away by then. This is all over.
All right.
Yeah, currently you're not getting a breach.
Okay, I will spend the momentum to reroll those 3.
Okay.
Hey.
Alright.
7 successes.
7 successes. That is 5.
And the pierce.
That is 5 alt. That gets you a breakthrough. Okay. Yeah, it takes you a little while. This process is going to take a while. Each interval is, I'm going to say, 8 hours of straight work. So you spent 2 intervals there. Excuse me, 1 interval was the fail, and 1 interval was the next. So you're currently, it's the middle of the night. You're sort of in that cargo bay, just like, oh, this sucks. And then you see a piece that you're missing, a part of the coolant structure, was actually it's cut into like 80 pieces, and it's in like a little jar. And you spend most of that time going, okay, yeah, and replicating the stuff that can't be used. That's your breakthrough. You now have in front of you on a cart, on a grab lift, you have a Romulan cloaking device. You know that it's held together by the future equivalent of duct tape and earwax, but it's there and it works.
All right, well, that's going to get transferred over to the Tenjin.
Okay. Yeah, you take that night. You along with the 2 security officers, 2 security guards. Daniels is there with you. Move it over to the Tenjin, and you are now in the. Yeah, you can. So that's pretty much 1 day done. That's a full 16 hours. The next day, you get back to the Tenjin. It's time for the installation process. Your base difficulty dropped from 4 to 3. Your resistance is 2. You've made 5 work on the work track. Okay, go ahead and give another roll.
All right. I will buy 1 dice with momentum.
Okay.
And, we're pretty close to ending.
Yep.
So let me check some wording on some stuff.
Punch it, Chewie.
Okay, I'm not going to use my awards just yet, because those are all per mission. But I believe determinations are per session.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to use my value of improvise, adapt, overcome.
Yeah, that's what you're doing here. So that gets you a dice that's already rolled a crit.
And I am going to give you 1 threat for another dice.
So you had 2 base momentum. You spent 1 to get a 3rd dice. For a 4th dice with threat, it would be 2 threat.
No, I'm not buying 1 with momentum.
Okay, that's what you had originally said, but that's fine. Okay, great.
Did I?
Yep.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm using the determination and giving you 1 threat for 1 dice. That's
Sounds
all
good.
I'm doing.
Okay, great. And then the Tenjin and Nishizumi are also assisting.
Yep. As soon as that roll shows up.
Wow.
Let me get my roll out.
Okay. That is 7 successes on a diff 3, so 4 momentum is generated. You are now capped.
Question.
Okay.
Oh no, go ahead and roll the.
Yep, go ahead and do 2 plus your engineering rating and challenge dice.
I will spend 1 momentum to give us piercing on this.
Okay, the resistance is gone.
And I will go ahead and spend 1 momentum to re-roll those 2 blanks.
Okay. Yikes.
Rude!
That's okay. That's still 5 work, and that gets you another breakthrough. Yeah, you go ahead and install. That installation actually takes a pretty long time. It takes 12 hours that day to get it hooked up to additional systems. Nishizumi, you're coordinating with Kelly. You go over to the tactical station actually and set up the OS in a way that you're able to cloak from the tac station, which is what that would normally be. Cloaking from the tac station. You are able to get it in to link it up with the computer and put in additional access. Hey, excuse me. Sneezes. Okay. Base difficulty goes down to 2. You have 10 work on the work track out of 20. You can finish this in 1 additional roll if you get a total of 10 work. I'm not sure if that'll be possible for you, but just try for that. Go ahead and make your control engineering.
Before we do that,
Okay.
am I currently the commanding officer or the executive officer? It varies based on who shows up. So.
You are currently, you know that Captain Lee is, he is actually very deep in meetings with Admiral Yannick. He's coordinating with Starfleet Command and Intelligence, so he's completely tied up, and that's where he's best anyways, just making sure that all the bases are covered. So you currently are in command.
Okay, I just wanted to know which talent I technically have. Alright. I want to replicate a little bag of snacks and leave a handwritten note and transport it to Kelly's workstation that says, take 12, feed yourself, good job. And using the commanding officer talent to give the point of determination, because technically that counts as communication.
Great.
Aww.
Commander Kelly, I'm gonna just say you haven't eaten in the previous day or today. You're just like hands in. You ran out of magic snacks that you take out of your pocket. You've been running
It's an expert day ability.
you you turn around and grab a hydro spanner. Oh, that's a Star Wars tool. Oops. You grab a hyper spanner and attach a ball of circuits to the side of the cloaking device and go, okay, well, and then you turn around and grab a different tool and you see a bag of gummy worms, a large bag of gummy worms, because it can still fit into the extra dimensional space that is your pocket. And you see a beautiful handwritten note from Edwards.
Well, that lifts her spirits.
Yeah, you regain a point of determination.
Hell yeah.
It's just added to the roll. She doesn't even have to cite anything for it.
Oh.
Yeah, executive officer gives the determination, with commanding officer just gives the determination to you.
Okay, so you get a crit dice right away.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
It's better for when people can't cite a value.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so you get to roll a dice that has a crit on it already for this one. Go ahead and roll your control engineering. Base difficulty is 2.
All right. I'll go ahead and give you a bold.
Okay.
And
Giving him threat.
there we go.
That'll do it.
Uh-huh. Okay. That is on a difficulty 2. Yeah, for the point of brevity. Okay. That's you are filled with a amazing sense of confidence and courage, and your hands fly across this cloaking device. And I'll even say, add a cloaking device talent. Sorry, focus to your sheet, Kelly.
Okay.
You in that day,
I have a question.
Yeah.
Can I broaden it to stealth technology?
No.
Okay. Worth asking.
Slice of cake, you say. Counterpoint. The whole thing?
Okay.
It's worth asking.
You, Kelly, you gather the senior staff down in the engineering bay of the Tenjin. You see a cloaking device that is strapped, duct taped, glued to the side of the bay. That area is bypassed like a Christmas tree. Power is being shunted into it. You see that to do a full scale installation, it would require actually taking apart this section of the ship and implanting it. But you did a really great job for the 2 days that you spent doing it. Edwards, you see the cloaking device sitting there.
Thank you. And thank you. She holds up the bag that is like mostly fucking empty now.
Because you needed a little determination to finish the job.
Boo!
And my blood sugar was a little low.
So, are we gonna do the extended task for the intelligence officer and I to try and deprogram a dude?
We are going to do that at the start of next session.
Ooh.
We'll probably actually be doing that en route, but okay.
Because I'm not that kind of asshole. The determination was going to the main role, but I would have said to treat Bobby T over to Nishizumi as well. I'm not
Okay.
physically send the point for the win.
Okay, gotcha. With that, you you all head up to the bridge. It's about 9 o'clock at night. I'm going to give you guys the choice right now. You are all going to be going on board the Tenjin, correct?
Yep.
Okay, great. You you Nishizumi, you sort of pilot the Tenjin out into sort of a space a couple of kilometers away. And Commander Edwards, you are standing at the tactical station and you see the button for cloak in front of you.
We really want to do this so visibly. Yes, I do.
Okay. Just so everybody is aware, I'm going to fill you guys in. I'm going to make notes on this after the session in the sheet, but for the cloaking device, the rules for this are that the vessel, so you're going to have the cloaking device talent on this vessel. The way you cloak is a control engineering task that's assisted by the ship. The cloaking task has a power requirement of 3. Okay, so it's very power intensive. Again, you can't attack when you're cloaked. That's in lore, but can't attack. You cannot hit target unless somebody has scanned for you or found a way to look through your cloak. Shields are down, and it requires a minor action to decloak, whereas it's a main action to cloak.
What about
Okay.
what
So
about what kind
shouldn't
of action do we have to take to bring up shields after decloaking?
To bring up shields, I believe, is a minor action.
Minor. Okay.
Question.
Mhm.
If it's an engineering task, should maybe Sersha be in charge of that?
I leave that up to you guys. You can, I mean, it's your cloaking device now. You can do whatever. I just need a official place station where you activate that.
If it's an engineering task, it gets activated from operations, but it can be deactivated at technical fields and weapons.
Okay,
Because if
great.
I take a roll to turn something off.
Yeah, it's a minor action to decloak, so it's you can only do one minor action usually a turn. You would have to spend if you want to do that and another minor action. So, okay. Well, we're gonna go ahead and end it here. For those.
I did have
Oh.
something RP-wise I wanted to do first.
Oh yeah, great. What's up?
Sersha's going to track down Dr. Hagen at some point. So,
Mhm.
do you mind if we talk somewhere?
Certainly. What's wrong?
Well, it's just a conversation I had a while back. I just wanted to get your opinion on something.
Sure. Yeah, step into my office. And
Thank
go
you.
into the. What's up?
Am I an asshole?
And with that, we'll end this. Go ahead. Sorry.
I wouldn't use that word. You are very direct, and that can come off as abrasive to some people.
You're being
I
diplomatic.
appreciate
Be honest.
I am being honest. I appreciate it, but it is abrasive to other people.
What is? Can I ask as a GM? What does Dr. Hagen actually think? Is that what she actually thinks?
That is what she appreciates, that Kelly is very direct, because Hagen is very direct. She doesn't understand this social dance of mutual lies that humans seem to love. She doesn't get it.
Okay.
In Beta Z culture, you are exactly as honest as you should be. In human culture, from what I understand, you can come off as a bit abrasive.
Well, I knew I was never the easiest person to work with, but, never really thought I'd offended anyone.
I don't think you've offended anyone, as far as I'm aware.
Well, junior officer, when we were body switched, told me that he believed that we had switched bodies because I was being very rude to him.
You do have a tendency to be very abrupt with your subordinates. If it makes you feel better, Kelly, I believe that some of the lower enlisted and crewmen very much appreciate your honesty. It's refreshing, in a way.
Yeah, but, if I'm upsetting people, maybe that's a part of my personality. I should be circling with a red pen.
If you... here is the advice that I will provide. If you believe that this is an issue, you have the power to take steps to mitigate it.
Thanks, Kestra. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go clear my head. I'll be in the holodeck if you need me.
Certainly. And if you ever need anything else, just let me know.
Will do. Thanks.
I'm gonna do one more thing. Commander Kelly, as you leave, you see one Lieutenant Mitchell walking towards Dr. Hagen's office. She says,
Okay.
Commander, and
Lieutenant?
nods and continues walking. You hear, Dr. Hagen, you hear a doo-doo-doo at your door.
Come in.
You see Lieutenant Sarah Mitchell walks in. Doctor, I make an insight medicine roll, difficulty 0 for me.
All right. Can do.
Telepathic prowess as a focus?
Sure.
I was wondering when this would happen.
Oof.
Okay, that's fine. You still succeeded on a diff 0.
I've never seen that.
You get an insight from her. She is not, Lieutenant Mitchell. She's not good at hiding her feelings. So you get a sense that she's extremely nervous, and there's definitely an infatuation coming to the surface. Dr. Hagen, I just wanted to ask, are you going to be going on board the Tenjin?
Why, yes, Lieutenant Mitchell, I am.
Oh,
Something wrong. Sarah,
I don't.
your words. Use them.
Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna go and say I worry about you getting hurt. Is that
Tell you what, Sarah. I
yeah.
promise, my word, that I will be extremely careful.
And I don't know what your if I don't know when you guys are scheduled to leave, but if you wanted to, I'm gonna make a roll here. I'm gonna make a roll for tact. Hang on.
How did the roll for tact go?
Oh no! You see, she goes, I was gonna ask if you maybe wanted to do dinner or see do like a hollow novel or.
Sarah, would you like to go to dinner with me on the station when I get back?
Yes, that would be great. I actually have a duty shift, and you see she turns around and the door doesn't open quick enough, and she smashes her face. Oh,
I like Italian.
Okay. And Lieutenant Mitchell, you hear and she leaves down the hallway. And that's where we're going to end our session.
That is the second mine to explode in that sick bay.
First.
She rolled a 3 and a 20 on her tact roll.
Nice.
I got to enjoy the sad horn when that 20 popped up.
I was thinking she was just gonna drop down dead right there.
She has a heart attack. She dies.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of
I save her life because a heart attack is trivial in the 24th century.
Yeah, MIs aren't really a thing that people have.
That she just gave herself a broken nose and didn't stay in sick bay, so now she's going back up to her shift.
Yeah, Edwards is on the deck on the bridge, and she just comes in with a bloody nose. I'm fine.
Okay, well, see you guys later.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.